What up, everybody? Larry here, FUC. Just wanted to make a video, probably my first in a series. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how this one goes. I was just going to tell a story about a good friend of mine, the angry unboxing nerd Mike Tapp, about this time that he invited me and Raymond Lasfero up to New Jersey. Well, it was right after he had fallen on some hard times, and he just needed some friends, to lend him a hand or something. But he had, right before that, he had been working as a bouncer over at this club. It was called a men's club, I guess like a gentleman's club, like a stripper club or something. I'm not sure. But it was called Prime Meat. Kind of a weird name. I thought it was a restaurant at first, but it was called Prime Meat. All I ever saw was a bunch of dudes. So I'm guessing it means like a place where guys hang out. I'm not sure. Anyway, he had gotten fired by the owner because supposedly the owner came into the manager's office one day and saw Mike under the manager's desk, and I guess it's wrong. I just figured Mike was probably like polishing his shoes or something, trying to suck up, get a raise, But supposedly Mike got fired when he got caught under the desk, which is bullshit in my opinion. So anyways, me and Raymond, he lives in a different state than me, so he's closer to New Jersey. He actually got there on the airplane a couple hours before I did. So when I got to Mike's house, Raymond was already there. So I get there. He had actually texted me right before I got there and said, "Doors unlocked, come on in. We're busy right now." I went in, got there, went in, went, got me a beer out of the fridge. Was walking around looking for him. I heard somebody in the restroom, so I walked over and knocked on the door, and I heard, Mike be like, just, something. It was like, I guess he was brushing his teeth or something maybe, because it was like, sounded like it was something in his mouth. A couple seconds later, the door opens. It's Raymond, comes walking out. Strange thing about it is, I could have swore it was Mike's voice that I'd heard in that restroom, but Raymond's the one that comes walking out. So Raymond comes out and just immediately sits down, face all fucked up, like he just had the time of his life. I mean, I don't know what happened in there. He wasn't talking. Then Mike comes out, like lotion or something all over his face, just like dripping off. That's crazy, right? So I'm like, what's going on? What's up, y'all? And Mike's like, "Oh, nothing. I lost my job, so Raymond was just helping me out, trying to get work done. I did a job for him, and he paid me for it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'm guessing that lotion, he must have been like giving him a back massage or something, and that's why Raymond was so like happy. But he's like, "Hey, you want to come in the bathroom with me?" He was, "I'll give you a job." And I was like, "Well, I'm thinking to myself, I don't need a back massage. My back feels pretty good, actually." So, I'm like, "No, don't worry about it, Mike. Maybe another day or something." And he's like, "Well, I know I really need the money." I'm like, "I know, man. But, if we were back at my house or something, not yours, you could do some yard work or something for me. Mow my grass, maybe wash some dishes. But, I don't need no massage. It's kind of weird to me, man-on-man massaging. But to each their own." So Raymond falls asleep after this. Me and Mike are just walking around his house. He's showing me his house. And he keeps like yawning. And he was like, he kept doing that to me. And like winking, like. And so I figured he was like really tired, yawning that much. So I'm like, "Mike," I said, "You can go to the bedroom." And, he's like, "Sure, let's go." So as we're walking in the bedroom, Mike pulls out this container of Vaseline. And, I'm thinking, what's this dude doing with a container of Vaseline in his pocket? But then I think, oh yeah, well, he's been doing odd jobs for people. Like he kept telling me earlier that he's been working on wood. And so I figured, oh, his hands are probably fucked up from all the weird jobs he's been doing, like with the wood jobs and stuff. So he's probably, putting Vaseline on his hands, getting them all, soft, so they're all, fucked up. His wife wouldn't like that. But so we walk in the bedroom, and he walks up to the end of the bed, like where the bedpost is, sticking up by your feet. and he starts like rubbing that Vaseline all over the post. And I'm like, what the hell's he doing? But then I was like, oh, he's probably just trying to, get the Vaseline off of his hands because he put too much on. So he turns around and sits on the post, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this camera, like I'm sitting on a tripod, and I'm like, oh, Mike must have been making a video. He's a big YouTuber, man. And I look, and in front of it, there's like this big, like, saddle-looking thing, but it had like two horns on it, like one on the front and one in the middle. I'm just thinking to myself, what a crazy-looking saddle. So I asked Mike, I was like, Mike, what the hell is that? He said something about Siberia or something. I guess that's where he got it from, I'm not sure. But he's like, yeah, he goes, you want to try it out? And I was like, no, man, I mean, I'm not a cowboy or nothing. He's like, I ain't no cowboy either. He goes, but I don't mind riding it for money. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I'm thinking, he's like, I make videos for it. And I'm thinking, you like YouTube, because, he does YouTube. And like I said before, and he's like, no, man, chatterbait. I don't know what that is. I guess some kind of like friend site or something. Chatterbait. But he said, I guess he rides the saddle, acts like a cowboy or something, and people pay him. I guess whatever way to make your money. But it's working for him. I mean, it's a weird looking saddle. I mean, this fucking thing was big. This thing looked like something that Tim the Toolman Taylor would have made, big. This motherfucker had a fucking giant, like, car engine on it. And Mike even cranked it up one time, and it was bouncing around like crazy. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, what the hell is that thing in the middle for? But I thought about it for a while, and I'm like, I bet it's because, he's a beginner at trying to become a cowboy. So it's maybe like you stick between your legs to, like, squeeze your legs on to try to hold on more. It's more of a training device. Dude, I don't know. Long story short, I ended up having to cut my trip up there short because I needed to come back home, had some stuff going on here. So I haven't talked to Mike much since then. I know he's been trying to do some things, like trying to do some street performing and stuff like that, it looks like. Also, I saw he is trying to sell his own subscription boxes now called the Taint box. I haven't gotten one of those, but I guarantee you should go get one. He's only got about 99% of them left because he has already sold ones of tens of them. So make sure you get one. I mean, I'm not going to, but make sure you do to support our good buddy, Mike Tapp. One of my best personal friends. Just a quick video. Well, not really quick. Sorry it took so long. But when I talk about Mike, when I think about Mike, it hits me close to home when I know that he's struggling with money. So, y'all, go check out Mike Tapp. Follow his page. Buy a box from him. Tell him I sent you. And most of all, make sure you watch that damn PBR, pro bull ride and stuff, because one day Mike Tapp will be there and he will be looking down on all of us as champion. Love you, Mike. Thanks everybody for watching this video. True stories I made up. Or did I? Deuces.